We're here in the brand new Peterson Gallery at the National Firearms Museum, where we have on display 400 of the finest firearms in the world from the personal collection of the late Robert Peterson. And we have here one of, certainly one of my very favorites, and one of the earlier guns in this particular collection. This is a double-barrel percussion shotgun by Brun, B-R-U-N, of Paris, and it's known here and elsewhere as the Devil's Shotgun. It's an exquisite work of art. Wendy Cunningham from the museum is here with us. And Wendy, you've done a little bit of research into the display that this was entered in?
Absolutely, I have. Interestingly enough, in 1849, it was Napoleon's first exposition. It was also the last industrial exposition. This was entered into a contest that showcased the best inventions of the time in Paris.
Yeah. And there's another Brun on display elsewhere from a later exposition?
Yes, that one is on display in the Met Museum, notably because Tissot, the famous French engraver, was the one who did the work on that along with Brun.
Okay. This particular Brun gun features just some wonderful engraving, beautiful carving on the wood, but there's also kind of a recurring theme on here that has led to its nickname, and that's of images of little demons and imps and devils and a number of nefarious pursuits all over the gun. Just tiny little fanciful figures. Here's a little devil pulling a wagon with his tail, and there's dragons on the hammers, and just different scenes all over the gun. And enough so that there were some unusual images, and Wendy did a little bit of research on them. And for example, there is, where is it on this? The guy riding an ass backwards. What's that about?
Well, this is a reoccurring theme throughout art history and history in general, that it is to show a gentleman being humiliated. He's situated, in this case, on a donkey facing backwards. It's humiliation, it's idiocy, and that seems to be the message they're trying to convey about what, perhaps royalty of the time, I'm not sure.
Okay.
But
well, there's another reoccurring theme here that figured into political humor also. There was an implement illustrated 3 different places on this gun. Once here, the devil's pointing to someone kneeling in front of him, and the implement's there. And also the guy on the donkey has it strapped to his back, and then it appears with the person in the wagon on this side, and you were able to identify that as a recurring theme?
Yes, it appears that this, which looks like a large syringe, was something used in that time period to relieve a common remedy, an ailment, and it was called a clyster syringe.
Okay, so it's a hygienic and medical tool, but also was kind of a figure in French humor and satire of the time.
Yes, apparently King Louis XIV was known to use this device several times a day, so it often appeared in political cartoons of the time.
Very cool. Any other images on there catch your fancy, or you were able to research?
Well, the Rococo-esque dragons on the side are exquisite. Minute detail that, you know, it's hard to see unless you're really close up and holding it. The scroll work is amazing. Somewhere on here we have Fortune and her wheel, which was a nice addition.
Down here on the buttstock.
Yes, there she is, blindfold and all. And I particularly like the devil here with the pot.
He's got a pitchfork, and he's got a cauldron with some poor little souls peeking out of it.
Extremely mischievous.
With gold flames. They've used several different colors of precious metals in defining these engravings and inlays, which is very unusual. I love the finish on this gun. There's this very deep dark blue here, and then there's this almost soft, very soft moonlight gray for the rest of the barrel. Just a beautiful gun, fun, it catches your fancy. You know there's even more story there
Absolutely.
than what we know, and
We'll
we
keep
haven't
hunting.
figured it out. Yeah, and the casing is equivalent to the gun. It's just an exceptional casing, French fitted, which is what you call it when a casing is fit to the exact outline of the items that are in it with all the possible accessories you could want. And they are beautifully done accessories. The horn is actually a flattened horn, very beautifully fit with a powder measure on it. It appears that this gun was accurate enough to be used not only as a smoothbore shotgun, but also with single round ball. It's not rifled, but it should have a good level of accuracy with that. There is a bullet mold to cast a ball to fit it.
And equally as engraved.
Yes, it's all beautifully engraved. And the general decoration style of the case, do you have any comments on that?
Again, typical of the era, it's the gorgeous flowing scrolls of the Rococo time period, which again appears in the leather tooling there.
The leather flask, and it has something I've not seen before on an accessory, but actually there is a viewing window on the charge to where you could actually see the measured charge that pours out before it's loaded. So very, very interesting that way. Another unique feature of this gun is the actual material that the ramrod is made out of. I had heard of these before. I'd never actually seen one, but the ramrod is made out of baleen, which of course is the material that's in the feeding apparatus of a whale. And it would be used only on the very finest guns, a very rare substance, but kind of the mid-19th century equivalent of fiberglass, in that it'd be very strong and a little bit flexible, and really the finest substance that you could use for a ramrod.
Absolutely.
So it's a gun that we're very, very proud to have here, an exceptional piece, and it's on display at the museum every day. Open from 9:30 to 5 every day of the week, and if you can't get by to see us at NRA headquarters in Fairfax, Virginia, you can see this gun and all its details and really zoom in to get a close look at it on our website, nramuseum.com.